I'm not taking a picture, I'm taking a video.
Oh no.
Of you driving.
I'm gonna crash.
Stop. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed some of the ride in and a little bit of the house tour. We had a 10-hour drive yesterday, so this is day 2, morning 1 in the house. So we definitely need a really good breakfast. We have some Silk vegan vanilla yogurt here that I'm just going to layer like a little parfait with some blueberries and strawberries. We don't have our full kitchen, so we're just kind of making do with what we have, but we do have the luxury of having really good food on hand because we have a full kitchen. So this is just some chocolate hummus that I made before we left. I brought it with us and it is freaking amazing. It's totally packed with protein. I'm going to link that video right here just in case you guys did not get to see it. Super easy recipe. So I'm going to throw some down on some toast with some fresh bananas and some creamy peanut butter. Don't forget, organic peanut butter, only ingredient is peanuts. That breakfast is already packed with protein, but Granny, who is Scott's mom, also stopped at a farmer's market before our trip and got us some fresh peaches, so I definitely had to have that for breakfast as well. There's definitely perks to renting a house down the shore, including full control over all of your food. I hope you guys saw how pretty and beautiful Topsail Island actually is. The house that we rent down here at the shore is actually located directly in between the inlet, which is also known as the Sound, and the beach. So when we look out of our front door balcony, we see the inlet, and when we walk out of our back door to go toward the beach, because we have a beachfront property, we literally see the ocean. It is amazing. Anyway, it's like day 3, so we're gonna get some really good lunch in here, and this is a golden honeydew that I brought with us from New Jersey. If you have not had it, I mean, I did post a picture of it on Instagram. It didn't seem like it was such a foreign fruit to a lot of people, but it's absolutely amazing. It's kind of like a cross between a honeydew and a cantaloupe. It's super sweet. It's delicious. I already let my fruit sort of over ripen because I like to get like really juicy like cantaloupe and watermelon and honeydew. So I'm going to throw some blueberries in here just to bring down some of that sweetness. And we are going to be moving on to that barbecue tofu wrap. So here's wrap with some chopped spinach and some Jersey tomatoes that we brought with us, getting in there as well. I'm going to throw in some nutritional yeast because why not? And some pink salt just to bring out the flavor of the tomato. And this barbecue tofu that I'm going to be adding was just kind of drained for about a couple hours, and then I just kind of coated it with some barbecue sauce, some salt, pepper, garlic powder, and nutritional yeast, and threw in the oven and let it sit for a little bit, and then it gets nice and firm. It's absolutely delicious. One of the things about being able to make your own food while on vacation is just kind of having like peace of mind, knowing that you're really eating good food and not worrying about where it's coming from. Those are just some pictures of the kids playing frisbee at night on the beach, one of my favorite things to do with them. And this is actually dinner. We had French toast, so bear with me because I literally have minimum ingredients as well as like kitchen utensils here. This is not my full kitchen, so we are going to start with a banana. No, I'm going to throw in another one after this, but I have a cup of almond milk going in there as well, and I am just trying to get like a nice thick batter that's going to go over top of our bread. That wasn't happening, so I threw in another banana. I'm going to mash it here, and your girl found this like hand mixer in one of the cabinets, so we are going to use it because this banana is not mashing with the fork that I had. I just really want it to get nice and thick, sort of like how regular French toast, when you use an egg, has that batter that will really start to really coat your bread. So I'm going to throw in a half a teaspoon of powdered sugar as well as cinnamon and vanilla, just to really sweeten that batter. I used unsweetened almond milk because that is what we had from home that we brought here. So yeah, just mixing this around, and this is my first attempt at making the French toast on the stovetop. You will see that I had to move it because after having it up here, it was just not working for me, y'all. So I was just like, forget this, I'm gonna throw it in the oven because bread always toasts up and is delicious when you make it in the oven, right? So I have it like, I think it was at 400 degrees, and for about 12 minutes on one side. I flipped it, and then I'm like determined to have French toast tonight, guys. I flipped it halfway through, and that is when I knew this was actually going to work, because if it was still super soggy and like not working for me, I was gonna have to think of something else. But as you can see here, sorry, this isn't my full kitchen, so the angles are a little weird, but as you can see here, it's totally coming together. And after it was done, I topped it with some fresh berries, powdered sugar, and maple syrup. It was amazing. We are gonna go see if baby turtles are going to be hatching tonight. So we didn't get to see turtles the first night. We went out turtle hatch watching, and the next day we actually went to the turtle reserve here on Topsail Island and talked to a lot of folks, and we're actually going to be going out back tonight. So yeah, this is our last night here, and we were kind of just having a little smorgasbord of what is left in our kitchen. So what else do you make when you have a whole bunch of random things? You kind of like do a stir fry, right? So we have some mushrooms going in the mix here, as well as a yellow pepper. Scott helped me cut up the mushrooms. I don't know if you saw that tag in and tag out happen, but we are going to just toss in an onion as well. We had a white onion left, which is not one of my favorite onions, but it'll do here. I mean, it's just a stir fry. We're gonna chop that up and get that in there. And this is what happens like when you're on a beach vacation. It's kind of like whatever you have left in your fridge is what you have for dinner. I mean, we literally had like, the kids came up, I don't know, like a few times and kept asking us what was for dinner, and I just kept spouting off like random ingredients, and they just kept laughing. But you know, dinner went and no food went to waste. So here's all of our vegetables in a bowl. I'm just gonna throw some oil in to coat it. If you are oil free, feel free to omit that, as well as salt and pepper and garlic powder and onion powder and Italian seasoning, because those are the seasonings that I had on hand. I'm going to stir this around and just throw it on a cookie sheet. Normally I would line it with parchment paper, but I didn't have any because this is not my house. I don't know how many times I've said that during this video, but yeah, so I'm just going to throw it on here, and I grabbed some soy sauce that we had just to drizzle a little bit on top, and I threw it in the oven at 425 degrees for 12 minutes. I took it out, tossed it around. These smelled so good. Everybody kept asking me what was for dinner because these were roasting in the oven, and whenever you have roasted like onions and peppers and things going on, I mean, everybody loves that smell, right? Anyway, after another 10 minutes, I threw some white rice that we had already cooked on a plate, as well as some of this stir fry, and then we had some of those like tofurkey vegan sausages. This was actually the Italian one, but that's what we had, and it was amazing. It definitely added some spice to our meal, and the kids love this stuff, so kudos for our last dinner here on Topsail Island. Thanks for watching our sort of first vlog-ish video. If you are not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe, and until next time, folks.